everybody, it's me, Mr. Santee, Rob McNelis, coming to you live from Jimmy's Restaurant right here in beautiful city of Santee. And with me today is my good friend, Mr. Michael Schwartz.
Hey, man.
How you doing?
Excellent.
You know what? It's actually been a very long time since we've had a chance to sit down together and just even chat.
I agree.
And I thought, well, why not? Not only do I get a chance to get together with you and chat, but why not talk to everybody else about exactly what it is that you do and why it's so important that we have people like you doing what you do.
Okay, but this doesn't take the place of a beer. You and I are still going to go get a beer.
Yes, we will still do that.
Okay,
yes.
Can't get out of that.
We will still go get one.
But congratulations on having your first A-lister on the show. That's awesome. You must feel really good about that.
Well, somebody canceled, so you're a quick fit in. No. So, Michael, what is your actual title with the organization now?
It actually just changed. So San Diego County Gun Owners was the original organization. We started that just over 7 years ago. But we now have Orange County Gun Owners, and we have Inland Empire Gun Owners, which is Riverside and San Bernardino. And we have a full-time employee in each pack. So I now oversee all three packs. I was the executive director for San Diego County Gun Owners, and now I just call myself director.
Director?
Director, yeah. Of all three packs, but San Diego County Gun Owners and Orange County Gun Owners and Inland Empire, basically anything having to do with media, politics, that strategic planning, I oversee all that.
So, God, so you've been doing it for 7 years?
7.5 years.
Okay, so
San Diego,
I remember then. I guess it was 8 years ago when we talked, and you were like, "Yeah, I'm going to quit my job."
That's exactly what happened.
And do this thing because. Like you were very successful in your job in investments.
I had a nice paying, cushy, safe bank job that was sucking the soul out of my body. So it wasn't hard to walk away from in one sense, but it was a huge risk.
Huge risk.
And, certainly I'm very, very happy with the results. Really couldn't be happier. I kept the resume nice and polished.
For how long?
Still today. I just updated it a little today.
You never know.
I knew I was coming on the show. I'm like, well, that's it.
It might be over. Yeah, this could be the end. Beginning of the end.
Yeah, this is the side of the end.
It's not the end, but it's in sight.
Honestly, to be perfectly frank, the first 3 years was very touch and go. We finally got to a point where, we could. I didn't have to make decisions. At the end of the month. You know what I mean? It was just, and so that's thanks to all of our volunteers and our members and our board members like yourself and everybody that was excited about this idea, everybody that supported the Second Amendment. Said, yes, we need this type of organization and infrastructure. And then all the people in Orange County that heard about how successful San Diego is, and it's been really great.
And so it is an actual PAC, right?
Yeah, it's a 527, which is a political action committee, which really just means that we're an organization that can directly get involved in politics. So we can endorse, we can spend on behalf of candidates, we can
independent expenditures,
and do all the things we need to do to get involved. And that was important. A lot of people. A lot of people think that organizations are political, and they're really not fully political. And so when I looked around to see who was really influencing San Diego politics, I wanted to. I should say who was influencing San Diego, and I realized it's all politics.
Yeah.
And so,
fair enough.
To get involved in politics, I wanted to be a political organization. Not an organization that dabbled in politics. We wanted to go full-blown politics. So a lot of organizations open up a PAC, and it just kind of turns into a parking place for money.
Yeah.
And then they'll spend it. That's fine. But we decided to go the opposite way. So we opened up a PAC and said, that's it. That's our full focus.
So here you say that. So you're obviously it is a political organization, but it's also at the same time apolitical. You've done, even to my dismay sometimes, you've proven that, hey, this is 100% about those that support the Second Amendment.
Yeah.
It's not about whether you're conservative, liberal, whatever you want to call yourself, anything in between. It's, do you support the Second Amendment and all that means?
Well, it can't be. It can't. It's got to be nonpartisan. Otherwise, we're just the Republican Party Junior. There's already a Republican Party. So, it was funny. I was just talking to somebody yesterday about this, and I won't say who it is, but an elected official. He and I were, kind of butting heads, but in a friendly way, just kind of having a little friendly debate. And we realized that, hey, look, both of us want to get to the same place. He's a Republican. He stands by Republicans, and he's very, of course, weary of Democrats. That's a polite way of putting it. And I said, I get that. I understand what you're saying, and I understand your skepticism. But your route is to just make sure more Republicans win. My route is to get Democrats closer to where we believe. So if we say, hey, look, we want Democrats to respect our Second Amendment rights, and that's going to make, first off, Republicans be more Republican. They're going to go, hey, wait a minute, I can't just take the Second Amendment folks for granted. I actually have to work for it, number one. But number two is I want to get that political football off the field. I don't want Republicans and Democrats fighting over my Second Amendment rights. Just get back to balancing a budget. You know what I mean? I don't want our Second Amendment rights to be in play. So, people have varying opinions on that strategy.
Yeah.
But that's the strategy. And if we give pro Second Amendment Democrats cover so that they can come out and say, hey, yeah, I want to defend your gun rights, and we make Republicans work harder, it's just going to benefit everybody.
And you have been exceptionally dedicated to that cause from the get-go. I know we've had a few board meetings upon occasion where things get a little excited.
Which is good. I want that, because otherwise it's just a yes board. I don't want a yes board. I want thinkers and doers,
Well, I think you've put together a pretty good group there.
I think so.
You've got a wide range of people there. And so what made you decide how many people you're going to have on your board? Like, why would you, and the extreme diversity that you have, like you cover everything on that board. Like, everything.
A lot of boxes checked on that board. And in the membership too, which is really important to me. So I seriously sat down and said, okay, who are the organizations making a difference? And I pulled characteristics from each of those organizations that I felt were helping make them successful. So if I'm being totally honest, I looked at like the Santee kind of taxpayers, so they have a huge board, which means they have a lot of circles of influence. Now, if I just said, hey, we're only going to have 5 people on our board, and they're going to be 5 people that know each other, I just cut out 99% of the county.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, if you really think about it, you know more people than anybody I know, right? You know a ton of people. But how many people do you really know?
Exactly. No, very true.
200, 400? Let's say 1,000.
Yeah.
1,000 people.
I talk about that quite often, actually.
There's 3.5 million people in the county.
Yeah.
So I said, hey, I want a really diverse board. I remember the first you were one of the founding board members, 28 people, and I remember being very proud that basically all 28 people, they really didn't really know each other that well at all.
No.
And so that's 28 circles of influence, And I'll tell you, I've told this story before too. I always used to wonder, like, well, why is it important, if you have a message, why is it important that someone from your group or a group that you can identify with, why is it important that they deliver the message? Like, why can't I go into a group of women or a group of whatever, you name it, and deliver this message? Why do they have to look like me or have the, similar interest or whatever? And I remember back in the early 90s when I was in high school, boxing was really popular, right? Mike Tyson, Holyfield, everybody. You know who my favorite boxer was? Tommy Morrison.
Oh, yeah.
He was good.
Tommy the Machine Gun.
Exactly. He was good, But why did I like him? Because I think I probably could relate to him more than I could relate to the other boxers.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize that it was kind of on a subliminal, level. But it was just a couple of years ago, it clicked. Oh, okay. So if I'm going to go into a group of people or if I want to reach out to a group of people, I want somebody from that group who's as passionate about the Second Amendment to reach out to that group of people. And it doesn't matter. I'm not just talking about race or color or age or gender or whatever. I mean, whatever the group is, if you want instant credibility, get someone from that group to talk to that group about the Second Amendment.
Yeah.
So that's why that was important.
And you just made a somewhat recent acquisition of a new employee.
Yeah, Gail Rammer
Yeah.
from Randy Bopel's office, and of course Brian Jones.
She's been a huge advocate in the community for many years for many different people and organizations.
I thought that was a great decision.
Yeah.
I think she's wonderful. She's a great person. She's a great worker. She knows a bunch of people. She's been there from the beginning. Like, she was reaching out at the very beginning saying, hey, how can I help with this event? Or how about if I just show up and hand out name tags and stuff like that, like rolling up her sleeves and working. So
Good.
She's wonderful. And the other thing is, she's definitely not a yes person.
Oh, no. No. She will definitely tell you exactly how she feels at any time.
She reads me the score.
Yeah. Her daughter's even worse.
Or better.
I don't know. She scares me.
You know what's funny? Real quick, I was having lunch with somebody at where her daughter works. She's a waitress. And
That's at Junction, if you don't know where that is.
I don't know what I'm allowed to say. But I'm sitting there having lunch with this guy, and the waitress is giving me the hardest time. And I'm like, what the heck? So I started giving her a hard time back, and she pours it right back at me. I'm like, oh my gosh.
That's Lizzie.
So she leaves. The guy I'm having lunch with goes, you know whose daughter that is? And I'm like, no, it's Gail. Oh, that makes sense. Totally makes sense now.
Known her since she was like in elementary school. And yeah. I think she threatened me like when she was 7 or 8. Like,
good.
Threatened that she was going to bury me somewhere if we didn't take care of her house.
Wow.
I'm not even sure. Yeah.
She's great. Gail's great, and I'm really proud of hiring her, and I'm proud of all the members. Things couldn't be going better. Just couldn't be going better.
So how's the development in Orange County and San Bernardino Riverside going for you?
It's going well. Just hired full-timers in July. Heather up in Orange County and Carla out in Inland Empire. And just from they both existed before they had a full-time employee. San Diego we always had a full-time employee.
Right.
I walked away from my job. And,
yeah.
Boom.
Yeah.
So that is enormously helpful to growth. And like Orange County, for example, has doubled their membership since we hired a full-timer. And
wow.
Yeah. They're just things that a paid employee can do, and things that volunteers can do.
And when they're up there on top of it.
That's the other thing.
Yeah.
Trying to run those organizations from San Diego was really difficult. But it's the other side, the anti-gun side, they hire people all day long.
Yeah.
We have an army of employees, but our side, or maybe the more conservative side or the right side of the spectrum, however you want to term it, we have like this mental block, where it should be like this benevolent, like, no, we should do this. It should be volunteers. We shouldn't have to pay anybody. That's fine, but they're eating our lunch. The anti-gun side, they're
hands down.
Yeah, so it's a huge goal. I want an army of people working on eating, sleeping,
like
breathing.
You.
Yeah, Second Amendment.
That is you in a nutshell.
Exactly. I probably cut down on the amount of Second Amendment I eat every day. If I ever want to be as good looking as you are.
Oh, please, goodness gracious. You have more iced tea, less Second Amendment.
Exactly. Less screwball.
So what is the next big event? Oh, actually, there was supposed to be an event this weekend.
Still is.
Oh, there? Okay.
Yeah.
You got it back? All right, let's talk.
Yeah. So 511 opened up in El Cajon, and they invited us to
511
Tactical. Yeah, 511 Tactical. We have a booth there. Heard this morning, and very, very happy and proud to staff that booth and welcome them to the beautiful El Cajon area. And welcome to East County, 511.
Now you know. Now you know how it's done.
I think things are perfectly clear now.
That may have got a little sketchy for a second there, but it came together in the end, and that's all that matters, right?
Yeah, I don't want to. Yeah,
yes.
Everything went really, really well. Everything ended up really, really well. But I got to tell you, one important thing that we've done is we've created a culture, and we're growing a culture. It's no longer okay to, just kind of pass off guns like, oh, well, gee, they're bad or dangerous, and gun owners are a problem. No. We now have a voice. We're now organized. We can now push a button and get a bunch of people to say, hey, that's not okay. Rejecting this is no longer okay. This is a civil right, just like all the other civil rights. It's in the Constitution. It's
right. It is a civil right.
Exactly. So the ability
constitutional
that organization level never existed before us. Didn't even come close to existing when it came to Second Amendment. And that's a huge goal. That's a huge accomplishment. There's so many elected officials like yourself. There's so many across the county that are going, yeah, you know what, this is important, and you guys are helping me, and I'm going to help you back. And people can stand up, and when they turn on the 6 o'clock news, or when they open their browser, they're seeing somebody who is standing up for them and saying what they are thinking.
At least on KUSI.
KUSI, yeah. I know. KUSI has been very friendly to us.
Yes. So what do you say to those that say, well, hey, look, I'm already a member of the NRA. Why do I need to? Why should I be a member of San Diego County Gun Owners Back?
Well, I think first off, I don't think you should have to make a choice. Be a member of the NRA, be a member of the other organizations. We partner with Firearms Policy Coalition. We're big fans of anybody doing something pro Second Amendment. Honestly, I think everybody should sit down once a year and write about 6 checks, to different organizations.
What if they can't?
If they can't,
they got one to write.
If they've got one to write, I think that what makes us different, not better, but different, what differentiates us from other organizations is the money we raise is for San Diego. So the people we help get elected are going to be sitting in your local restaurant. It doesn't go to Sacramento. It doesn't go to Washington, D.C. It stays right here, and it's directly involved in political action. So that right there, I think, differentiates us from any other organization. So if that's important to you, and it seems to be important to a lot of people, if you want to see an effect in your backyard, support San Diego County Gun Owners.
So with that in mind, then what does it run to be a member?
There's 4 different levels. Basic membership's $10 a month or $100 per year, whichever you prefer. And then we have 3 other different levels. But check out that basic membership if you're skeptical. If you go to our join page, which is just sdcgo.org/join, it spells it all out. But the donation helps us exist. It helps us support good politicians.
Let's see if Joe, did you get that up there, bud?
sdcgo.org/join.
That's that up there.
Okay, that's like it's for San Diego County Gun Owners.
Yeah. And that's where they'll find all the different memberships and what it includes.
Yep, and they can join, and we have monthly meetings.
Look at that! Look at him! Isn't he great?
Nice.
Look at that. Monthly meetings. Okay,
yeah.
And so the ones for San Diego, you have 3, don't you?
3 monthly meetings. It's basically the same agenda at every meeting.
It's just the location,
right? Just
trying
make
to be
it easy, right?
And what are they?
It's actually this week. Tonight, Thursday, it's in Chula Vista at LaBella's Pizza. Typically, it's at North County Shooting Center up in San Marcos, or Poway Weapons, and then Central is Poway Weapons Gear Discount Gun Mart, and then South is always LaBella's down in Chula Vista.
Nice.
And we have shooting socials. We have a women's program. We have our gala gun prom every year.
Okay, so I was actually gonna bring up the very first Christmas party. It was kind of like a gun show Christmas party.
Yeah.
That almost never happened as well.
Yeah.
That was a last minute save.
Yeah.
But we got it done. Right here in the beautiful city of Santee.
I think there's still a couple of forms I owe the city of Santee 8 years later. But yes, we got it done. You guys were super helpful.
We had a city manager at the time was maybe a little wary of it in the last seconds, and it was like, buddy, it's too late. This is happening.
I gotta say, so all these events that we do, our Christmas party, we have hundreds of people. Our gun prom last year, we're getting between 700 and 1,000 people every year, and it's great. I wouldn't trade it for the world. But you guys remember like those first couple of years?
Oh yeah,
where we were like putting it together with Band-Aids and duct tape.
Absolutely.
And boom, we'd have like, wow, there's 150 people here, and we're having fun. And
in BNS Brewery
and BNS, yeah.
I mean, all the other different places in between. You were at weren't we in a tent at Del Mar one year?
Yeah. BNS kind of turned. It was like the de facto San Diego County gun owners
Yeah.
headquarters for a while.
Hey, Gene's pretty cool guy over there.
Yeah.
He was down to make sure that we were being defended.
And Francie.
Yeah,
She's
that's
the one-
right. Yes.
She was working there. She's the one that said, "Hey, you know what? You guys should do glasses with your logo on it." And I'm like, I don't know anything about that.
And you
Boom, she did
ever
it.
since
Oh my gosh!
you
That's
had
enough.
him at every one of your events.
Every time I see her, I thank her. She just has a lifetime supply. I should get her like a couple of cases. Just
Yeah,
for-
Well, she wants the what are those rubberized ones to go poolside.
Oh, all right. Let's see what I can do.
Yeah, there you go. Get her one of those with the same kind of gun or resemble them on it. Now you're talking.
I'll see what I can do.
It's just about to be
I
pool
think I
season.
know a guy.
Just about to be pool season.
That's true.
We'll see you out there on her
Yeah,
pool.
there you go.
Your Speedo.
Oh, yeah. Giving her glass.
Yeah.
Tom would love it.
Oh yes, he would. Yeah, he actually would.
He probably would.
Yeah. All right. So Christmas party was great, but
Yeah.
tell me more about Gun Prom. Tell everybody about Gun Prom. It truly is one of my, if not the most fun event I do every single year. It's number 2 if it's not number 1. I don't know which one.
And this year it's going to be even more fun. So it's our Second Amendment celebration dinner, and it got nicknamed Gun Prom. So I went up and bought gunprom.com, where I ran with it. And the idea was for it to be a showcase, and I would go to dinners, and some of the political dinners were kind of boring, like stuffy, and like, oh, this isn't fun. And then I'd go to other dinners, and they were a little bit too much of a carnival atmosphere, So I tried to hit a medium, I wanted like a really nice dinner that people could have fun and dress up, but then also raffle off a bunch of guns. So that's what we did, and people, it hit. People like it.
So how many guns did you raffle off last year alone?
Last year was it was 30. I think it was 38 guns and a flamethrower.
Oh, that's right, the flamethrower. And you got to shoot the flamethrower,
Got
didn't
to
you?
shoot the flamethrower.
Yeah, you did. What did you cook?
What we shot it at was we came up with this good cause worksheet so that people could get their CCWs, And
that's right.
Yeah, and then the court case came through and said you don't have to have good cause anymore. So we took our good cause worksheet to be in Bill
Flamethrower
DC
to it?
and flamed it. Yeah. So yeah,
That's who I did my CCW class with.
that's our biggest. Probably the thing we're known for most is that we got CCWs even before the Supreme Court case.
Yeah.
Basically, since 2000, we started in 2015. By 2017, for the first time in decades, anybody in San Diego with the capacity background check and owned a gun and went through the class and everything. Anybody in San Diego that went through the hoops could get a CCW for the first time in decades.
Yeah.
It's our biggest accomplishment. We're extremely happy.
But that's a pretty big accomplishment because it was an act of Congress previous to that to get anything done. It was a battle. I mean, I was writing letters to the sheriff.
You were a huge part of that.
We were. It was ugly.
So, and let me talk about that for just a second. It was, what we didn't do is we didn't name call. We didn't get down into the mud and do anything dirty.
No. It was just stating the facts.
Yep. What we did do is we got into the media. I had, respected public officials like yourself writing op-eds saying, hey, we don't agree with your policy, Sheriff.
Respected public officials and myself.
And both of you. Santee passed a resolution. We got into the media. We went and talked to the sheriff's supporters, and just said, "Hey, man, here's the problem. Here's the issue. Just explain it to them." And that's I call it political pressure. We put political pressure on them, and I'm very, very proud of the way we conducted ourselves. I'm very, very proud of the fact that we got a victory out of it.
Absolutely.
We didn't march and protest and throw eggs or whatever. We did it the right way. So
Yeah.
we're very, very proud of that.
No, it was wonderful. And so you said this year it's going to be an even bigger gun prom. Where are we talking? Still at the
Town and Country, Mission
Town and
Valley,
Country,
in their enormous convention room, and we're still working on the. We're just going to mix up the agenda a little bit so that people can do more socializing, more talking, more more of that kind of stuff. Less sitting around listening to people like me talk about whatever. It's going to be more having fun. So
mixing up the raffles a little bit.
Yeah.
From live auction to raffle to live auction to raffle.
I got to tell you that raffle, man. I can't even. If we decided to not have a raffle one year,
Oh,
I think they would burn the place down.
Yeah.
People love that raffle.
yeah. They would come back with a flamethrower.
Yeah.
That would be it.
So you will always be able to win a gun at Gun Prom. At least have the opportunity to win a gun at Gun Prom.
I think Trotter and I are we're between the two of us. I think we haven't missed a year where we.
Where
Yeah.
you guys always win a gun?
Oh yeah.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
Wow.
I remember seeing your
Buy enough tickets and
smiling face. Yeah, I remember seeing your smiling face holding some guns.
I won a gun and a tomahawk, I think, this year.
Oh, you won the tomahawk?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. You still have, we helped you buy an AR, right?
Yeah,
You still have it?
Of course.
It's like, didn't you had it custom done?
I did for my Niners, 49ers colors.
color,
Yeah. Yep, absolutely. And
I told you I'd keep that a secret until the Chargers left town, and they finally left. So
well, that was what was funny was Daniel Brooksa.
yeah.
He got one made for Chargers,
Ah,
and the next year is when they bailed on it. And he was
so
like,
he did it.
"Damn it!" See, he did. He actually had it redone. He completely had it redone.
Oh my God.
Yeah, he did.
Good for him.
Yeah, he
Good
was
for
like,
him.
"Nope, I'm out. I'm done. Not doing that." And well, the laws also changed and wasn't compliant anymore. And
I still think San Diego needs to they need to redirect their attention to another football team. I don't know who it should be, but we all need to adopt a new football team.
I'm good with everybody adopting the Niners.
The Niners, well,
Yeah.
they're California team. I was thinking Arizona. I mean, you got so many Arizonians. Might as well. No, not
Same division. No, you can't.
go to the
do
Packers.
that. Yeah, sure, go to the Packers. All right. Is there anything else that you want to talk about? We want to get out right now. Like,
So
important right now.
there's so much going on in our organization. The most important thing to do is, please join if you can, do $10 a month, $100 per year, but then get on our email list. We have the month of April is we have our Not Me program, which is a women's program. If you're a woman and you want to purchase a firearm, you need training, you want a carry permit, contact us. There's a form to fill out, and we will have another woman who is a trained volunteer walk you through all that, and it's totally free. They'll find training for you. They'll find a firearm. They'll help you purchase a firearm. They'll answer all your questions. They'll help you with your CCW permit application. All that, everything from soup to nuts. And if any of it is cost prohibitive, if you can't afford it, we'll find you a discount or a grant. Because self-defense should not be cost prohibitive. So the month of April is our 3rd year anniversary on that program,
That's huge.
and we're going to have it's Sexual Assault Awareness Month, which is why we started it and launched it in that month. So we have a bunch of seminars planned. So get on our email list, attend our meetings, our seminars. Get involved. And there's so much that to be done. There's so much that you can do. Whether you're more of a kind of a wallflower and just kind of want to watch, and see what's going on, great. Come on down to our events. Or if you want to dig in and have some ideas, great. We're a vehicle for you to do effective Second Amendment activism. We make activism easy. So
Yeah, even when we just opened up, was it the new store here in Santee?
yeah,
Yeah, I know, right?
Sports Warehouse.
Thank
Sports
you.
Warehouse.
Goodness gracious. Sports Warehouse. But you guys were out there for the first week or so
Yeah, yep.
of their grand opening.
Yeah, they treated us well. Yeah, it was really nice. It's really good. We have these tabletops, these gun shop tabletops, and the volunteers are primarily there to talk about San Diego County gun owners, but they end up answering questions about, which gun should I buy, or what holster should I get, and stuff
Yeah.
like that. So they turn into like a resource, and it's kind of fun.
And it's just because they love what they do. They just love the organization. They are passionate about being prepared, being ready, and they're ready to help.
That's the only reason it works is the passion that the volunteers have for the Second Amendment. That's the only reason it works. It means something important to them. It means something important to humanity that people can defend themselves.
Amen.
And so that's why they're involved.
So when is Gun Prom?
September 16th.
September. All right.
Yep.
All right,
We haven't even. You can't even buy tickets yet.
But be ready. Pay
be
attention
ready.
because it does sell out, and it is one of the most fun nights you can possibly have, and even afterwards,
Yeah.
like the after party
Yeah. It
is a great party.
It is fun.
It is. It's a really good time. But you'll love it. It's wonderful people. An opportunity to get dressed up in your black tie and cocktail dress and or
whatever.
or whatever. Exactly. Or
We
there's
don't kick you out for anything.
exactly.
You got blue jeans and a t-shirt, come on down. You
there.
got a tuxedo, come on down. Anything in between,
Come on down.
Yeah.
Just be dressed.
Be dressed, preferably, at least at the beginning of the night.
Yeah.
The
That's for the after party.
yeah, but and the wide group of people that show up at gun prom is really amazing.
It truly is.
Yeah.
It truly is.
There's no one that's going to be out of place. It's always fun.
Sportsman's great. Oh, but what about local shops? Who would you recommend for a small business for gun shoppers?
Good question. If you go on our website, you go to SanteeCountyGunOwners.com or stcgo.org, there's actually a tab on there that's shops and ranges. And those are all the shops and ranges that are local. And we definitely specialize in the mom and pop shops, meaning the shops where, you walked in and the guy behind the counter is the owner,
Yeah. Yeah.
So if you go on there, you'll see all the people who are supportive of San Diego County Gun Owners. I used to get phone calls all the time. Hey, Mike, I'm going to buy a gun. I'm going to go to XYZ gun shop. Are they members? So we made it. We put it up on the website. So if you want to go to a nice local gun shop, check out our website. Go to the shops and ranges section and see who supports us.
Fantastic. Joe, were there any other questions that I missed, buddy? I was looking into your eyes the whole time, Michael. I couldn't look at the screen.
Same old story. Happens every time we get to you.
I tell that to all the guests.
It's exciting and creepy, but it's exciting.
Well, your hand on my leg is what's been creepy to me the whole time.
That's not my hand.
Oh,
this is awesome.
There
man.
he is. Go Niners! What's up, baby?
I'm glad you're doing this. What other guest? Who's the other guest that you've had?
Oh, I've had several.
ton, huh?
Yeah,
Nice.
we've had multiple. We talked about last week. A couple weeks ago. I was in Vegas last week, but
Nice.
a couple weeks ago we did. We were talking about the mac and cheese contest. It was like a chili cook-off. It was mac and cheese cook-off at Three Frogs Brewery right here in Santee.
Wow.
And they had a huge turnout for that.
Wow.
Huge. They had like 14 different people doing their version of mac and cheese.
And is it mostly Santee? I mean, because you
Yeah.
are Mr. Santee.
Yes,
You are Mr. Santee. That's not just the name. The cool thing is, you didn't give yourself that name.
No.
That name was given to you.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
I associate Santee with Rob. Rob with Santee. I don't even know if I'd recognize you if I saw you outside of the city of Santee.
Because it doesn't happen.
It doesn't happen. Does it?
Hey, there's a joke. People go, "Hey, have you tried this place? Have you tried that place?" I go, "Is that in Santee?" They go, "No." I go, then no. No, I probably haven't.
It's either gun prom or there's like a sushi place you like up in Claremont. Other than that,
Oh no, the Shogun,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a teppanyaki. Yeah,
Yeah.
that is your. Yeah,
that's
it. That is it. You got it. Shogun in Claremont. That is my steak spot.
One of the cool things I really realized early, because of the success of these, the Christmas parties and everything, that these events were going to be a key to our success. And it's really cool seeing people at our events, and like, I know this guy and I know this guy. They don't know each other, and this guy's totally different from this guy, and they're sitting there talking about guns like they're old friends, or seeing two people that are like, "Oh man, I've known you for 20 years. We go to church together. I didn't know you liked guns."
Yeah.
That kind of stuff.
And you do, especially for your chairman circle, your top
10 ring club.
10 ring club. You've got exotic shoots and like things like that. Where
Our 10 ring members, we have at the end of the month, every other month we go shooting for. We try to, weather permitting. We go shooting. We do sporting clays, and then every other month we are starting a speaker series. So in January we have the new sheriff, and then this coming up at the end of the month we have Supervisor Anderson, and a SEAL who was with SEAL Team 6.
Oh wow!
And he's just going to answer questions about what it's like to be on SEAL Team 6, in a nice private little venue, and it'll be really, really cool. So that's what we do for our 10 ring club members, which is a 10 ring club is $1,000 a year or $100 per month. Or if you buy a champagne table at our dinner, a lot of people get their 10 ring membership by buying a champagne table.
That's how I do it.
That's how you do it. Right?
Yeah, that's how I get those tickets, baby.
Yeah.
We gotta win some guns.
You got to come and to the Senator Anderson thing and the SEAL. You got to.
That'd be pretty
really
cool.
Interesting guy. Yeah, it'll be fun.
That'd be very cool.
Yeah.
All right, but thank you very much for your time. Thanks for
Thank
coming
you.
down here and doing this.
Congratulations on your success, man. This is awesome.
If you guys have any other questions or anything, put them in the comments down below. I'll make sure that either I or Michael approve them. This is a He's doing his own plug now. That's Joe doing his plug. Hand-pecked conversations. Oh my goodness, he's funny. All right. If there's nothing else, then that's a wrap.
That's a wrap.
I think that's a wrap, guys. We'll catch you next week, next time, and be ready. It'll be fun. It's always fun. Come on.